Hi, Ms. Morphew here with an updated version of our discussion board number 2 definition. What's anxiety and glossophobia? And how does that relate to us? What can we do? You may understand that some of your teachers and you, if you're recording on Zoom, can do share screen, and share screen will allow you to then select the PowerPoint or the Google slides that you want to use and open that up. At this point, I am recording with me in the screen on a free Screencast-O-Matic. Understanding how to navigate the technology can raise your confidence. So let's look at what anxiety and glossophobia is. First, think about what you really are scared about. Are you scared of spiders? How about heights? That seems to be a popular one. Maybe of flying. Is your greatest fear public speaking? Sometimes when we're in our college classes and we've got regular life to deal with as well, and maybe a career and so forth, and maybe family stuff, we fear that the workload is going to be too much. We're going to address that elephant in the room because we're here together and you are not alone. Glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. It's an ancient Greek word, and glosso means tongue, and phobo means panic or dread. The National Institute of Mental Health did a study some time ago, and they said 74% of people suffer from speech anxiety. That was even greater than spiders and death itself. When that study came out, Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian, was a young man, and he was running around to the comedy clubs, and he said, according to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking. Number 2 is death. Death is number 2. Does that sound right? This means to the average person, if you go to a funeral, you're better off in the casket than doing the eulogy. We can be anxious before we speak, during our speech or our speech video, and after our speaking. But you are not alone. One of the first things that you should do is understand where you are and what is influencing you to feel a little less comfortable. Dr. Suzanne Prentice of the University of Tennessee has given us permission to utilize her online survey, and we do that in week 1. So you're going to be looking at the results of your quick online survey, click, 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 and it's going to be numbers that talk to you about when you are influenced more heavily before, more heavily during, or after the speech. And if you answer, your truths, you're also going to understand a little more based on those numbers of if you are internally creating more of your anxiety or if it's some external influence. So make sure you not only take that SAAT test, that online survey, and save your results to put in Dropbox, but that you also look at those numbers. If you review your numbers on your SAAT test, the survey will you can notice how anxious you are and what are your concerns. Think about what you've learned from your responses. And the Speaker's Guidebook, 4th edition, suggests that when you're more consciously aware of what's influencing you, maybe you're writing it down and keeping a journal. And I strongly recommend throughout this quick journey, you put dated entries on a regular basis. It's going to help you in your final paper. But when you are able to reflect and record those reflections, you're going to become more consciously aware of what's influencing you. So you can fix that. You can mitigate those challenges. There's lots of resources online, and certainly if you want to chat with me to figure that out. Did you know that the physiological responses that you experience, say when you're jumping out of an airplane or giving a speech or proposing to someone, is the same physical response that you experience, whether you're excited or whether you're feeling anxious? Interesting. Begin to notice if your rapid breathing or your sweaty palms or you're stuttering or going too fast because you're trying to read something and you you're feeling nervous, maybe the queasy stomach, tight throat, all of those responses are the same thing, whether you're excited or anxious. If you change your mindset about the fact that when you're feeling a little anxious, it might be excitement, that mindset change can affect your experience. The biggest thing I want you to do through this class is connect and grow. If you make the connections with your base group members, for example, or if you connect with me, we can support one another in this journey and reduce the glossophobia.